look up to the ceiling. Look at the details, the colors. It never ceases to amaze me. I wanted to pay homage to the location where we are standing today. This building is a living testament to a powerful community. Churches in general, and this one in particular, are more than just an array of bricks and mortar. They are also a place of gathering for like-minded individuals, a show of might, a show of wealth, but also a symbol of their hopes and aspirations. How is that relevant for us? Because Exosuits is not a church and certainly not a religion. Exosuits, as you see, is a medtech company building high-powered exoskeletons. But it's also the result of the joint effort of like-minded individuals who think and believe that technology can be used to make this world a more livable place and to improve human condition. So let's understand what exoskeletons are about. This is the correct academic definition of the word exoskeleton. It's actually more prevalent than you would think. You can find exoskeletons in nature, in biology, in architecture, and, for our purposes, in robotics. Is that like RoboCop? The answer is no, it's not like RoboCop. RoboCop would be more like a body augmentation, while Iron Man is a man in a robotic outer shell. It has been around lately, especially lately in the movies, but especially sci-fi movies. But if we go back in time a little bit, we will realize that the US Army has been doing experiments since the 1970s. After that, private companies joined this effort, and this is the current state of technology in the military field. These are high-end military exoskeletons. The other aspect behind exosuits is disability. Let's talk a bit about disability. Even in the core, the focus region where we're looking at, Europe and North America, there are over 50 million people using wheelchairs, out of which there are more than 10 million with spinal cord injuries. Most of them are young, actually, young adults or under the age of 39. The other problem which we are facing and is going to be a major challenge in the next 20, 30 years is population aging. Many people think that this is something that happens only in rich and developed countries, but it's false. Developing countries are catching up at a very high speed. Disability in detail. First and foremost, we have the social isolation. That's partly due to the lack of accessibility, which is also partly due to the lack of government action. It's also the intolerance of our society. Severe depression. Over 35% of people with disabilities suffer from severe depression, which effectively incapacitates them to get a job. And there is also a long list of secondary diseases associated by sitting in a wheelchair. Disability costs a lot of money. Medical costs, especially because of secondary diseases, the lifetime care cost of a person suffering from paraplegia spans between 500,000 euros and 2.5 million. There are social costs. These people have special needs. They need caretakers, they need home refurbishment, and they cost a lot of money. And also the lost workforce. You saw that in the previous slide. Most people with paraplegia are young. We are effectively losing precious workforce, millions in hard currency, and the lost creativity. When you look at somebody in a wheelchair, you can see a tragedy, a human tragedy. You can see depression. You can see lost money. But most importantly, it is the grim reminder that we failed to help those who needed it the most. It's not just their problem, it's our problem too. Exosuits. Now that you know the technology and the disability, let's talk about exosuits. When we started Exosuits, we wanted to do something tech, because we believe that technology can be put to good use, and that's also our background. We wanted to do something that can have a large or a global impact, and it will become in the future, a reliable business. We knew that we wanted to do robotics, but we knew that military technology is out of reach, especially here in Romania. We don't have access to high-end materials and technology. And industrial applications are still in their infancy. But medtech, on the other hand, is close. It's something we can do. Also, we have access to very good medical facilities here by Le Felix Rehabilitation Center. Before we started building our first prototype, we saw that there is already competition on the market. So we knew that there is room for improvement. The next phase, which was the hardest for me, was to interview potential future users about what they want to have in an exoskeleton. Interviewing a person with disability needs a certain mindset, because you have to be willing to suffer together with the person you're interviewing, filter out the suffering part, and understand only the core, which is really, really hard to find. After that, we started the process of developing the technology. It took us 6 months to build a proof of concept, and another year to build a minimum viable product. Since then, we are continuing our activities with the less fun part. Technology is also still important, but right now we are learning about regulatory requirements. We are fighting for financing, because good ideas need financing, and we are also expanding our team. The idea I would like to share here is that there is plenty of suffering and problems around the world. There is one for everybody. So if you want to do something, pick a problem. Don't worry, there will be something for you. Match it to your skills and assets. Finding a cure for AIDS can be a noble cause, but unless you understand molecular biology at an in-depth level, you probably won't be able to do it. Investigate both existing technological solutions, but also the requirements of the people who are going to use your technology. Money. Money is an important issue, because technology generally requires funding. So when you go on this path, you have to think of something that will become a business. Not now, but sometime in the future. If you want to do tech because you want to earn more money, you're dead wrong. You're looking at a wrong place. You should go and get a better paying job. And excuses like your current location are not valid, because it can be done also here in Oradea. Thank you.